Well, I just remembered I forgot to change the coding right as I started the the live stream. So before we get too many people in here, I'm gonna just flop this over here and quickly change that really fast here. We'll go to the codes and we'll change that. There we go. So we're live yet again. I was kind of waiting on this because I just didn't really know how long I wanted to be live. This is probably just going to be an hour live stream or so. We're going to be tracking both the tropical activity as well as the hurricanes. What? Tropical activity as well as the tornadic activity back out there in Nebraska. That's what you're looking at right now. That active tornado warning that has dropped 3+ tornadoes. Recon has successfully gone through the eye. They're going through the northeast quadrant of the eye currently of most likely borderline category 5 barrels still out here, still really intense, still a really solid hurricane. Not really anything stopping this hurricane from becoming a category 5. It's really just going to be up to the National Hurricane Center on whether or not they designate that as a Cat 5. So I wanted to go live for just an hour. I'm not really in the best area to go live for more than an hour, so we're just gonna stay live for an hour. That's about it. So again, we'll just stay live here for a bit. We do have a tornado warning out here in Nebraska. If you're out in front of this, just make sure you're seeking shelter. That is actually a very dangerous situation because it's dropped so many tornado warnings, or dropped so many tornadoes. Yeah, you could tell what I mean. It has dropped so many tornadoes. None of them have been confirmed, but we've actually seen chasers who have shown upwards of 3 tornadoes that have dropped out of that storm. Our chaser, Connor Croft, is actually out and about on this storm out here in Nebraska. But we'll come back to that every once in a while. I'm going to keep my main analysis radar on that. We're going to move radar Omega out here to our satellite imagery for this system. We're going to move it over to the infrared satellite. So there's your most likely borderline category 5 hurricane. It's already a borderline category 5 hurricane. It's going to be trying to push Cat 5 here. We're going to see what the National Hurricane Center advisory looks like. Currently, it seems like oh, that new data just came in. Let's see what that shows. Oh. That is going to be around 152 knot wind speeds with a millibar of 937-ish. Huh. Well, that's probably category 5 now. You got to kind of take that off a little bit. So 152 knot wind speeds. Deduct a couple from that, and then that's actually what the National Hurricane Center will designate it as. So yeah, Cat 5, really. Just long story short, this is a Category 5 hurricane. Probably now, we're down to a 937 millibar with a sustained wind speeds right around 150 knots, which, again, you want to deduct some of that. 150 knots is very excessive. You're probably looking at you're probably looking at 160. That's probably what you're looking at. 160 mile per hour winds. You're most likely not looking at 170 mile an hour winds sustained with this. So, regardless, this is the borderline category 5 hurricane. We'll see what the National Hurricane Center does with this information. I wouldn't be shocked to see them upgrade it to Cat 5 by any means. That's their current look at minimum high-end category 4 Hurricane Beryl currently. Just an absolute ridiculous buzzsaw hurricane still tracking up to the northwest. Still an absolutely beast of a hurricane out here. And not really much has changed too much since I last got on here. Let me go ahead and check the warnings and everything. That stuff's going to be updated very shortly in terms of the intensity, but the warnings and watches, that stuff shouldn't change too much. Still looking at hurricane watches for Jamaica, tropical storm warnings for Haiti, Dominican Republic, tropical storm warnings in effect for the Lesser Antilles. Those may be dropped as soon as the 8 o'clock advisory in about 10 minutes or so. So we will see if they end up dropping that tropical storm warning out there for the Lesser Antilles. But most likely that is going to get this thing to a category 5. Most likely. Let's see here. We got to see the surface wind speeds here. Let me go back to Did they do a drop zone? Drop zones are the best. That's what you really want. I think they did do a drop zone, but I don't see anything that's like too crazy with it. Yeah, this is a drop zone from a while ago, so they actually haven't done a drop zone right in the eye. Yeah, they did a drop zone 2. Yeah, we'll wait to see if they do drop zone 3 or not to figure out if this actually, if that is going to be a category 5 or not. Again, regardless, that's up to the National Hurricane Center. This is either going to be upgraded to 155 and Twitter's going to freak, or it is going to be Cat 5, one or the other. One or the other, we'll just see. But this is definitely a strengthening hurricane still. So we'll see if they classify that as category 5 or not. This storm looks very meh. It produced 3 tornadoes already. This is probably done. We're not going to be tracking that much, honestly. So we're going to just stay on this loop, wait for that 8 o'clock advisory to come through from the National Hurricane Center. See if this has been designated a category 5 or not. And again, that's just up to the National Hurricane Center, of course. Still, the newer ensembles. Actually, we should have new ensembles. We'll look at that shortly. We actually should have newer ensembles. I just thought of that. I haven't checked on that all day. Ever since I last live streamed this to you guys. So, we'll just wait and see what the National Hurricane Center thinks of that data. Yeah. Yeah, that's Cat 5. Yeah, that's Cat 5. Yeah, that's category 5. That color wind bar, you're whenever you see that, you're looking at a Cat 5. If not 155 mile per hour winds. So that is Cat 5. Yes. Those wind barbs are category 5 at the surface, I believe. So that would classify this as a category 5 hurricane. Gracious day. So we'll see if the National Hurricane Center actually says it's category 5. But I mean, like Cade just said in the chat, this thing has probably been category 5 for a very long time. I mean, probably ever since it left the islands, it's been Cat 5. It has probably been Cat 5 for that long. And look at that. Look at the burst literally on the last 3 frames over the last 10 minutes. Pretty much ever since we went live. This thing just got another burst of convection in it. Another burst of convection. So that's also what's pushing it to Cat 5. So this is most likely a category 5. I don't want to say it is until it is. I don't want to say it is until the National Hurricane Center says it is, and then I'll say it is. So until then, I'm going to say it's most likely a category 5. They're totally going to do 155. I just know they will. I know the National Hurricane Center. They're just going to do 155. They're going to do it, Carson. Not 150, 155. Oh, it will weaken rapidly as it approaches Jamaica. Rapidly. It's going to encounter a solid pocket of wind shear, and that will weaken it from what it is now, possible Cat 5, all the way to probably a Category 2 before it gets to Jamaica, which is still enough to make sure that preparations are underway immediately in Jamaica to protect property and life as well. But we shouldn't have any... we shouldn't have any type of evacuation orders. It shouldn't get that bad. There's drop zone 3. That's what we wanted. 140. 140 on the drop zone data. 140 knots on the drop zone data. Wow. That is absurd. Let me switch all to that. 140 knots. That's from your drop zone data. So drop zone says 140 knot. Wind barbs got down to a 937. 937. You can see this wind barb here has it at a 937.3. Let's see, I forgot what you call this. Oh, the SFMR wind speeds. That brought it all the way up to it's right here. It brought it all the way up to about 152 knots. So I do think they're either gonna do 155 on this new advisory to upset everybody, or they're gonna pull the what is that behind Radar Omega? Or they're gonna pull the 160. It's GR2. And I would be very surprised if they don't pull that 160, honestly. So now we spam refresh the National Hurricane Center. Refresh, 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 refresh. This is what we do for the next 11 minutes straight. That's what we do for the next 11 minutes straight, is refresh the National Hurricane Center until we get the new update. Yep, that's what the next 11 minutes of this live stream is going to be, just me refreshing. Refreshing. Ooh, what's that? Ah, not it. Alright, I'm going to keep refreshing. Oh, what's that? Not it. I keep getting notifications on Twitter. Let's see here. I bet they do 155. I bet they will, Caden, honestly. But the data definitely supports 160. But I'm betting 155. If I had money on this, I'd bet 155. Absolute ridiculous hurricane, even crazier than when it approached the Lesser Antilles. We've really thought that this has probably been Cat 5 for a while. The ridiculous thing is we haven't had Recon in this for over 3.5 hours. So we went like 3 hours or so without any observed data. I don't know exactly how long it's been, but it's been a long time. Ever since our last live stream. When we ended the live stream, they stopped the Recon. Right around when we finished that live stream earlier today. So those wind barbs indicate category 5 intensity. If you look above my face cam where I'm drawing a square at, those indicate cat 5 intensity. If I go back here, the drop zone data, which was dropped right into the eye, or actually, where was that dropped? Into the eastern eye wall. 140 knot wind speeds, which that's actually the fourth one. There's the third one. 140 knot wind speeds in the east eye wall. And then we also have the SFMR wind speed rates that bring it to 175 mile per hour winds. And I don't think it's 175, but I do think it's 155, maybe 160. Like I said, the data supports 160, but the National Hurricane Center will probably do 155, knowing them. So, like I said, we're just going to keep refreshing. But that drop zone should make it category 5. Yeah, this one. Nope, not this drop zone. Wow. That millibar might not be low enough for them, honestly. What did I say? A 937? Wasn't Ian like a 938? I swear Ian was like a 938. I just looked at it. Ian was a 937. Whoa. What? Oh, so we're tying Ian. We're tying Ian from last year. Oh no, 2 years ago. 2022. Come on now, TRG. It's been a while. Wow. Man, that is, I mean, the data supports it. The data definitely supports Cat 5. It's just a matter of if they pull it. So we're gonna watch it. We're gonna watch and wait. And by watch, I mean I'm just gonna keep spamming refresh. So if I don't talk much, it's because I'm just literally spamming. You know what? If I just talk about other things, then it will go by quicker. The data supports a Cat 5 barely. Yeah, it does. It does support a Cat 5. I think they're gonna do 155 Cat, man. What do you think? I think they're gonna do 155. So that's your current look at infrared satellite imagery. Very intense, and even it even looks stronger, honestly, than 15 minutes ago. It looks stronger. Probably 155 because they like to be conservative. I think 160 is conservative for this, honestly. But hey, you never know. We'll see what they do. It's up to the National Hurricane Center. But I mean, my goodness. So we can do a loop of this just to show you how it looked like before. That's the wrong one. Sorry, I keep doing the wrong one. Oh, loop's not going to load. There we go. So all the way back here, that's when it did its eye wall replacement cycle. This is when it was borderline Cat 5 as it was approaching the islands earlier this morning. And ever since then, it is very much condensed and confined its structure a lot. It is a very smaller hurricane in terms of the sheer size of it. But the hurricane force wind speeds, tropical storm force wind speeds, that probably stayed near the same. Just the overall look of it. You can see how there's so much more convection earlier this morning at 11:20 when we were live compared to now. Just a lot less convection, except on that northeast quadrant. There's still some convection holding on, but this thing is almost... It just looks out of place. It looks very much out of place to me. It looks very much out of place. So it's just going to be 10 minutes of intense waiting. 4 minutes. Okay. That was fast. We should have that update out any second. Come on, National Hurricane Center. Come. Oh, there they are. Even stronger. What does that mean? What does that mean? Even stronger. 155. No way. No way. No way. That's wild. What? 938 millibar, 155. Oh my word. Let me see my chat. 155. Oh boy, not good. Get out of here. I told you. I told you. I told you. I told you they do 155. I knew it. I knew it. Ah. Oh my word. We are 2 miles per hour off from a Cat 5. 2. 2 miles per hour off from a Cat 5. Wow. That's crazy. Oh, man. I quit this job. What job, Parliament? Watching your computer? What are you doing? I just started 20 minutes ago, Legacy. You're all good. I was gonna start before once I went into the eye, but I wasn't feeling the best, so I just waited a bit more. And then I decided, you know what? I gotta stream the 8 o'clock just in case. Okay, let's go check up on our tornado one and make sure it ain't doing something. Yeah, no, it's being embedded in the brain. It already produced 3 tornadoes. I watched them. None were long-tracked. None were long-lived. None of them were on Connor's feed, so I didn't go live for it. None of them were even confirmed from the National Weather Service's warning, so I didn't go live for any of those. But there you go. Oh my goodness, I just got 12 pings on freaking Twitter. Oh my goodness. Man, Twitter is not happy about that. It's probably best to stay off Twitter for the night. Man. Now, I don't think they changed any of the forecast cone or anything like that. It was just an intermediate advisory. Oh, I stand corrected. They did. Hurricane warnings out for Jamaica. I stand corrected. Let's see if they fixed, or not fixed, but increased the intensity. Okay, there's the 8 o'clock advisory. Not forecasted Cat 5. Forecasted 150 as this moves off to the west. So it is expected to weaken. That's in 12 hours, though. That's 8 a.m. tomorrow. I really think this was the last advisory for it to become Cat 5, personally. Maybe it will push it on the next advisory, but I doubt it. I doubt it. Gracious day. That's crazy. I mean, I don't really know what to think about it. You know, I really aren't. I'm not gonna disagree with them. I don't blame them for staying 155. But I mean, come on. You really did that to us? You really did that to us? Come on now. So if you are in Jamaica, you're now under hurricane warnings. That means you need to be sheltering in place by tomorrow night at this time. So by 8 p.m. tomorrow, you need to be in your safe spot if you're in Jamaica. Let me go ahead and see real quick. What's the forecast for it? It's always better safe than sorry. But if we go to tomorrow, so this is 2 p.m. Yeah, this is 2 a.m. It would just be better safe than sorry to seek to be in your safe spot tomorrow night. But mainland impact shouldn't begin until around 2 a.m. Late tomorrow night. So we did not hit category 5 intensity on that new update. I honestly, I don't really know. I'm not surprised that they didn't, and I'm not surprised that they did. I wouldn't be surprised either way. They're just playing the safe game. They're doing the National Weather Service over here. So we'll keep an eye on that hurricane still, see if we manage to get any last-second intensifications from it. I don't know if we're going to get Recon stronger than that, dude. I don't know if we're going to get anything better than that. Like, that's some wild Recon data right there. I don't know if you're going to get much better than that. Or worse, depending on how you look at it. But they'll do another pass. They will do another pass. Man, they went right into that northeast Iowa. They wasted no time. They said to skip the west side. They went all the way around and then just bolted it right into the northeast Iowa. Look at that. So they're flying towards it. They just skipped it and then bolted right into that northeast eye wall. I think I might have said southeast. I meant northeast. Just sharp turn. Because that 8 o'clock advisory was coming in fast, so they had to they had to get into that eye as fast as possible. Well, again, like I said, I'm not gonna blame them for not pulling that card. That's always up to them. But I am a little surprised. But then again, like I said, I'm split, y'all. I'm split. I'm not shocked that it's not Cat 5, but I wouldn't be shocked if it was. So I'm really split. I'm shocked and not shocked at the same time. Based on that satellite imagery, I am surprised. Like, if you showed me that satellite imagery and said that's a Category 4, I'd be like, you're wrong. No way you're right. That ain't a Cat 4. But it is. It is. It is a high-end Category 4. So, well, that's gonna be pretty much it. We'll stay live for 30 more minutes at least, just to see if this storm does anything, as well as just keep an eye on our hurricane. I'm gonna go see what Connor's up to, our chaser. It's starting to be embedded in the line, so that storm won't be tornadic for much longer out there in Nebraska. So, yeah, let me refresh that too. There's your, whatchamacallit, hurricane warnings. There's your hurricane warnings. Let me switch you back over here in the red. So if you're anywhere in the red, which is the entire island of Jamaica, make sure preparations have really been complete. You want preparations done by tomorrow afternoon, and then you need to be sheltering in place by tomorrow night at 8 p.m. You need to be in your safe spot per se by 8 p.m. tomorrow night, because the impacts could begin by then. That's your 3-day forecast, so that's your more accurate cone there. Your full 5-day forecast, it gets less accurate. We're still curving. We're still curving at the end. We're still curving, going and aiming up to the north. So we will have the potential for a landfall. Like I said, I think the most likely area for a U.S. landfall would be the tip of southern Texas. So we'll see what that looks like in about 5 days or so. See if we're looking at Texas impacts or not. But there's your very, 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 very high-end Category 4 hurricane. Just two miles per hour shy of a Category 5 hurricane out there in the eastern Lesser Antilles. So, just absolutely astonishing. The first Category 4 on record in June, the furthest Category 4 in June, and the furthest category anything in June, because it formed well east and southeast of where those storms formed back in the 1930s. So the furthest east formed tropical storm, the furthest east Category 4, the earliest Category 4 as well. Now that's all for June, okay? It's not the earliest Category 4 hurricane in terms of September or something. But for June, it is the earliest because we've never had one in June. It is the first Cat 4 in June. The first Category 4 in June. And I still couldn't find any records that said we had a Category 4 for our first named system, or our first hurricane, I should say. My word, I'm all over the place today. I apologize. This is why we don't do nighttime live streams, y'all. This is why I'm typically not live this late. But anyways, again, I'll try to attempt to say that again. So it is the first Cat 4 in June. That's really the biggest record it holds. As well as the furthest east forming tropical storm in the month of June. There you go. There you go. That's what I was trying to say. That is what I was trying to say. Gracious day. I just can't even talk now. I'm just, man, struggling over here. Southeast Louisiana, no. No, I can't say no 100%, but it's very unlikely. I mean, it is extremely unlikely. Man. Man, oh man. I apologize for me being all over the place, y'all. I was not like this morning. So, again, that's your current look at our 2 mile per hour away from Category 5 hurricane. 2 mile per hour away from a Category 5 hurricane. So close. Very, very close. Let's see what this is. Okay. So we just got that new advisory, like I said, Joel. I could end now, but I'm just going to keep going for 30 more minutes, see what that tornado warning does, if it does anything. And then we will conclude. We will conclude. So just make sure, once again, main preparations, main thing to note now is Jamaica, you're under a hurricane warning. So again, that means you need to be prepared for hurricane force impacts. If you're in Jamaica, you need to be sheltering in place by 8 p.m. tomorrow. Oh, thanks for the reminder, Levi. Also, we will have an outbreak live stream tonight with Lucky again. That will be, what did Lucky say? This is Lucky, okay? Okay, so take this with a grain of salt, because it's Lucky. 10:30. 10:30, we may have a gaming stream tonight, but again, that is Lucky. That is Lucky, after all. But yeah, thanks for the reminder, Levi. I completely and utterly forgot to look at the ensembles again. Because we got the 12Z ensembles, and we actually got the 18Z ensembles whilst I was offline. Man, TRG's slacking over here. Oh, the 18Zs just came in. Alright, y'all ready to see a Cat 4 hit Texas? I hope not, but knowing the GFS. Oh, look at that. A lot of curvature there. A lot of curvature right into Texas. Wow. I might need to look at the individual. These are really the individual ones. Let me compare that to the 12Z. Yeah, yeah. And then the 00Z. Yep. Wow. 00Z compared to the 12Z. And then compared to the new 18Z. Jeez! Difference between 12Z and 18Z. I'm going to wait until at least the ensembles tomorrow at 00Z, which those render in technically tomorrow morning. They take forever tonight to determine if we're actually going to see that much of a curvature with this. So I wouldn't trust this completely, but that is definitely a signal and a half, and I bet the European ensembles are still on board with that. They sure are. This is the 00Z. Do we not have the 12Z ensembles? Yeah, we do. What? That's laughable for the European model. What the heck? Oh, man. I don't know what the heck that even is. Yeah, those 18Z are really concerning. We're going to have to wait until 12Z, though. 18Z and 06Z are the least accurate models and ensembles ever, period. But 18Z being that much of a signal and that drastic of a change, I feel like it's an outlier. That's what I feel like. I feel like it's an outlier, so I'm not going to take it as if we're going to see this thing curve back to Louisiana. But I've been talking ever since yesterday that we need to keep an eye out for Texas and Louisiana for potential impacts west of New Orleans out here. If you're in the U.S., that's where we're going to be keeping an eye out for the possibility of landfall of who knows of the intensity. If I say any, it'd just be a complete guess. So we'll just be monitoring it very closely. But first, we got to get through Jamaica. We're finally almost fully clear for the Lesser Antilles. Those tropical storm warnings are still in effect. Actually, they just got canceled. Never mind. They are no longer in effect. So we're clear in the Lesser Antilles. Lesser Antilles, you should be fine. There's still going to be some lingering effects, some gusty winds, probably up to 40, sustained winds around 10 to 20 as that system exits off to your west. But now all eyes are going for Jamaica, maybe even the southern portion of Haiti and Dominican Republic, but really straight for Jamaica is where our eyes have turned to now. And then we're going to be turning towards the Yucatan Peninsula for the potential of a Category 2 landfall in the eastern portion of the Yucatan Peninsula. And then eventually, after the Yucatan Peninsula, once this thing goes into the Southwest Gulf, which will be around the realms of 8 p.m. on Friday, 8 p.m. Friday evening, that's when our certainty is going to increase drastically, and we'll be able to know a lot more Friday at 8 p.m. That's really that's going to be our key factor per se, just because we'll know more. I do gotta show you guys this view from Connor Croft. Probably gonna get an ad, but here's our a view from our chaser Connor Croft. He's turning away, but there you go. Absolutely stunning supercell out there towards Minden, Nebraska. That's from our chaser Connor Croft. Also, I want to check the super blend. Have we gotten a super blend update, perhaps? A super blend. I'm gonna go to that super blend real quick. Sorry, I'm texting Lucky. Let's see if we got the new super blend ensembles in. Super blend ensemble plots. We do have the 12s in. I don't know if that's new. But I mean, it looks the same. It looks the same. This is what I showed this morning. 10:30 p.m. Eastern gaming stream according to Lucky. Yeah, according to Lucky. According to Lucky. It's Minden. Minden. Ad about hair. You shouldn't have gotten an ad unless you just tuned in. Legacy, which I know you've been here for a bit, so I don't know why you got an ad. I'm going to check my monetization settings here. No, you shouldn't have gotten an ad. Ads only play, should only play when you first click on the stream and as I'm ending. They should never play in the middle unless you refresh your browser. That could trigger an ad. So areas that need to monitor the progression of the system, still the entire area here, just like I circled this morning. Lesser Antilles, you're in the clear, still some gusty winds, but now eyes again are on Jamaica. Areas for direct impacts possible. Jamaica, Yucatan Peninsula. Again, if you're west of New Orleans, you're still going to want to monitor the progress of the system. So if you're anywhere, I'm going to just give you a good circle. Anywhere here. This only includes the U.S., by the way. Not going into Mexico. If I'm in this area, that goes from the border of Mexico and southern Texas through Corpus Christi, Houston, southeast of San Angelo, or San Antonio, rather, and also southwest of Baton Rouge. That's where I'd be monitoring the progression of Beryl, because that's where I think it's most likely we see potential impacts from Beryl back out towards the southern portion of Texas, southwest Louisiana. In terms of intensity, this thing could go, it could vary from not even a tropical depression to a hurricane. So we just don't know. We don't know the exact track nor intensity of Beryl as this is going to be approaching the Gulf. Like I said, we're going to have to wait until Friday at 8 p.m. in order to get a whole lot more information on that. All right, let's see if Recon's going back into this storm here. That is not a live look above my face cam. That is Hurricane Michael. Let me go over to Recon here. They are starting to go back into it. They're going to start going back into it now. Crazy to think I've had the Hurricane Michael wallpaper for so long, even through all of tornado season, and here we are back in another hurricane season. Maybe I'm going to have to switch it to a tornado now that we're in hurricane season. Just switch the background to the dead opposite of the season we're in. The only area that needs to really have hurricane preparedness plans happening now is Jamaica. You have to have those on now. Like, you have to have it ready. It has to be ready to go, ready to seek shelter within the next 24 hours now. Now, if you're in the Yucatan Peninsula, you could get ahead of this system by 72 hours and just start preparations immediately. Even if you're in Texas, I'm not against it. Yeah, I said that correctly. But Jamaica, you have to have them ongoing. You have to. Yucatan Peninsula, you don't have to just yet. There's no watches yet for your area. There's no warnings for your area. But I highly advise, if you're in the Yucatan Peninsula, you get those hurricane preparedness plans ready. I highly advise, if you're anywhere, watching this live stream anywhere from the world, get your hurricane preparedness plan ready. If you've ever seen a hurricane in the last 1,000 years, I suggest you get a hurricane preparedness plan ready. So that includes the entire coastline of the U.S., all in this area here. I should actually include the whole area because Mexico's seen hurricanes all throughout here. So if you're anywhere in this area, I should have gone to the West Coast too. Make sure you got that hurricane preparedness plan in place. It's hurricane season. Beryl is one of the few hurricanes that are going to remind you to make sure you got that hurricane preparedness plan in place. Make sure you're ready for it. Hurricanes have a lot of uncertainty to them. We went from forecasting a tropical storm to a Category 4 hurricane in the matter of 24 hours. So things change rapidly. They change it rapidly. Overnight, things can change from a tropical storm to a Cat 3 hurricane. So things change quickly when dealing with hurricanes. Very quickly. Nothing's ever set in stone with weather. And a lot of people learn that the hard way. Nothing's ever set in stone. It's never set in stone with the intensity or anything like that. But the National Hurricane Center is really good with it. They're really fantastic at what they do. And, I mean, gracious day. Nobody could do what the National Hurricane Center does. Let's see. Connor's still going after that tornado warning storm. It shouldn't be much of an issue for much longer. Let's see. The second named storm in 1999 was Brett. Was also a Category 4 hurricane. Okay. Was that the first hurricane? Was the one before Brett a hurricane or no? Because that's what my question would be. If it was, then this system still would be potentially historic for that reason. If not, then was Brett a Category 4 in June? I'll throw that one on you. Because that's not possible. But yeah, most likely this isn't the first hurricane to be a Category 4 of a hurricane season. Basically meaning, for instance, we had a tropical storm earlier this month, or well, now earlier last month. We had our first tropical storm. Now we have our first hurricane, and it's a Category 4. So our first hurricane of the season is a Cat 4. We've probably seen that before based on what Carson said. I couldn't find any evidence of it anywhere, but then again, Google is not that informative. Is ocean waters there 80 degrees warmer than usual? Definitely not 80 degrees warmer than usual. Definitely not. Are they warmer than usual for this time of year? Heck yeah, they are definitely warmer for this time of year. And I will say also, the type of temperatures we have out here that has increased this to a Cat 4 is the type of temperatures we see in early September, late August. So, yes, it's definitely warmer by a couple degrees. I'll just throw a random number out there. It's probably around 5 degrees warmer. It can't be that much. Probably like 2 or 3 degrees warmer. It can't be 5. That'd be ridiculous. So it's definitely warmer by a couple degrees. 100%. But I'm not looking at it. So the degree number I just threw out, just take that as if I didn't say it, because there's no way I'm right. Oh yeah, it's going to be debatable to be upgraded in post analysis. That's going to be up to what the National Hurricane Center says again. But Ian was upgraded after it completely dissipated to a Cat 5. That's post analysis for you. Or then was a tropical storm, all right. I can't answer that one, Davis. Come back to me in approximately 3 months. I can't say anything about winter. Once hurricane season's over, we'll begin to hint towards winter, and then I don't know at all when we'll have our winter forecast out. That's just way too far in the future. Oh yeah, Recon will do 3 more passes. They're not doing their second pass just yet. Normally, the average pass for a aircraft carrier or aircraft, whatever you call it, hurricane hunters. I'm telling you, y'all. I'm telling you. This is why I'm not staying live for much longer. Gracious. I just can't get words out today. My word. It's about 4. It's about 4. 4 hurricane hunter passes into the eye. That's about the average. I just can't say things today. I don't know what in the world is wrong with me tonight. I apologize again, y'all. It just wasn't play outbreak. You're not 100% wrong there, but I'm just tired. I'm just tired. I've had a long day. I had a very slow morning start thanks to this thing. Then I had a very long day with a lot of work. And then I'm right back here. My word, it's just been a lot. It's just been a lot today. It has been a lot. Oh, I'm broken. Yeah, 100%. So in order to fix me, you guys have to hit that subscribe button. My goodness. Let's go check on the tornado warning before this gets too bad to even keep streaming. Oh, well, it's gone. It just got canceled. Yep, there you go. Now I have nothing to talk about. That's good news. So there goes your tornado warning. We'll just stay on the satellite imagery of this hurricane for a bit, and then we'll conclude. Only an hour live stream. I didn't plan for much. I really just wanted to see that 8 o'clock advisory because I wanted to be live for it being a Cat 5, but it didn't get designated or upgraded to a Cat 5, so. We'll see. We'll see. If it manages to happen overnight. By the way, thanks to our tornadoes over the last week or so, we've had about, I think, 3 or so tornadoes in Ohio in the last week or so. Definitely 1. I see 1. Let me see. Does that count as 2? They don't count that one. So, okay. Apparently, we've only had 1 in the last week, but I thought we had a bit more than that. So thanks to the single tornado in Ohio we've had in the last week, we actually passed the state record for the most tornadoes in Ohio in a given year. We've now surpassed that. I think we're at 64. I think we're at 64 in Ohio for this year. So we've passed the most active tornado season in Ohio history, Ohio state history. Man. Wild. Well, I better get off of here before I keep saying crazy stuff, y'all. We'll be doing a gaming stream. If y'all don't know my gaming stream, it's TRG Gaming. You can search it up on YouTube. I wonder if I should make this my background. Since Beryl was so historic, I wonder if I should make this my background. Could we do like a bunch of smoothing to make it look clearer? Let's go over here. Eh, yuck. Yuck. I like just one tick of smoothing on my satellite on Radar Omega. I could make that my background. That's a good, what? Okay, tornado warnings for, Canada. But, yeah, feel free to subscribe to the channel if you guys, want to. It's greatly, greatly appreciated. Hit that notification bell set to all. We'll be live on the gaming channel, around 10:30 p.m. Eastern time. And, I'll see you guys on this channel tomorrow about 6 p.m. Eastern. That's the current plan. That time will shift around according to what severe weather does. And we'll just see. We will see. The 00ZH for tomorrow is coming in about 30 minutes, actually. About 30 minutes. We'll definitely be live for the 8 o'clock advisory tomorrow. We'll be live by then. I don't know if we'll be live for that long. We may start the live stream as early as 6 p.m. tomorrow. And then if we do that, 6 p.m., 7 p.m., 8 p.m. It depends on how I feel. We'll see. We'll see. I'll try to stream from about 6 p.m. to 8:30 tomorrow. We'll aim for that. 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. will be the live stream tomorrow. But again, that's probably going to change. So my apologies for this live stream being all over the place. I tried here. This was a last second live stream that I decided to do. So I appreciate all you guys having the notification bell on and subscribing to the channel and being here early. Just 1 hour live stream, so we didn't reach as many people, but we actually did reach a crazy amount, in my opinion. Over 1,000 people. So I appreciate each and every one of you guys who tuned in. Even if you've already left, I appreciate that you tuned in. And I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your night. I'll see you on the gaming channel. Again, if you want to find it, TRG Gaming on the search bar, which I just remembered. We didn't do an intro for this, which means we can't do an outro. So we're going to be stuck here blabbering on for 8 more minutes because we can't do outro music. I'm going to close this because there's no point in having that up. Man, what a hurricane. Look at it. It's intensifying right now. Look at it. It's literally intensifying right now. Look at the extra convection wrapping around the eye. Wow. Hold on. Recon's going into this. I'm going to stay... we're going to just end on an uneven number. We're going to stay live for another 30-ish minutes. Or, I don't know how long. I can't do math. 23 minutes. We'll stay live. I want to see what Recon has going into this. Because it might be stronger. This looks stronger. Look at that. Yeah. It actually looks quite a bit stronger. Wow. So we started the live stream. Let me see when we started it. Yeah, it looked just about like this. We started it just before this frame, and now look how much it's actually... Like, that convection is a lot. That's a lot for 50 minutes. That's a lot of extra convection, and you can see it wrap around the eye. Look at it right here. It looks a lot healthier. I gotta be honest. It looks a lot healthier now. They're going through the southeast quadrant of the eye right here. So that shouldn't be where the strongest wind speeds are, but it's still going to be strong. It's still going to be strong. Thank you for subscribing, JC. Much appreciated. We may be approaching our subscriber goal for the end of July. It's July 1st, and we may just hit our subscriber goal for the end of July. We're 16 away from our subscriber goal for the end of July. Wow. That looks, let me go to Cyclone, that Cyclone site real quick. Cyclone Weather X, WX, satellite imagery, satellite radar, satellite on a Beryl, infrared satellite imagery. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Wow. Dude. That looks way better. That might be the best I've ever seen this storm. Gracious. Yeah, let me see the lightning activity on it. I believe I have lightning on this. Nope. I do. And is there no lightning in it? Whoa. There's lightning in it. It's just not as frequent. Yeah, that looks the strongest I've seen it. Honestly. Honestly, that looks the strongest I've ever seen it. Which it actually is. It's 155, so it actually is. It's in our radar hole. It's in a radar hole. The hurricane's in a radar hole currently, y'all. I can't see it from radar. It's in a perfect radar hole like it's freaking northeastern Missouri over here. Dude. That looks so much stronger. Why does it look so much stronger? Okay, let me go over to NOAA. Let's go to the drop zone data, actually. Let's go over here. What time is it? It's 034Z. Okay, so they haven't done a drop zone data yet. Absolutely crazy. It looks so much stronger. Like I said, look at the difference between when we started. Right here is when we started versus now. It just looks so much better. Wow. So we'll see what the 11 o'clock advisory has late tonight. I won't be we'll be live on the gaming channel for that. Matter of fact, we'll be live on the gaming channel for that, and we'll definitely mention if it's been upgraded. We will be live on the gaming channel for that advisory. We'll be live from about 10:30 to 11:30 on the gaming channel. Wow. The eye looks a lot smaller, but that's actually going to contribute to intensification. It doesn't necessarily mean the bigger the eye, the stronger the hurricane. Hurricanes could be all types of intensity with all types of different eyes. Matter of fact, Otis, last year. I'm pretty sure that was a high in Category 4 without an eye. And then as it hit Cat 5, it had the tiniest eye. The tiniest eye. Very small eye. I don't know if I have any screenshots from Otis. I'd have to go back a long ways to figure that one out. Why are we staying live again? Oh, right. Yeah, the Recon data. I was like, why am I still here? I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to end in 60 seconds, but yeah, we're going to stay live for that Recon data. It looks so healthy. I'm just extremely impressed by it. My goodness. Is that date right? Are we sure it's not September 1st? This would be stupidly impressive for September. This would be impressive for any time. I'm just shocked with this. It's been Cat 5 for hours. No, it hasn't, Carson. It's not even a Cat 5 right now. Not officially. Not officially. But it's, man, it's as close as you could get to a Cat 5 without being a Cat 5. It is as close as you can get to a Cat 5 without being a Category 5. I'm going to go to the high definition ghost imagery. Let me go over to mesoscale sectors over on the, let's see, Beryl. Okay. Here's a loop of it, by the way. This is it with the lightning data. Look at how consistent that thunder and lightning has been in the eye. That is ridiculous. I feel like the hurricanes are more frequently having thunder and lightning in the eye over the last 3 years. Or I should say actually over the last 4 years. I feel like they've had more lightning and lightning activity in the eyes more frequently and more often. I don't know why I did that one. Atlantic Ocean. Infrared satellite imagery. Cloud top. Look at that. That's not really the best one. Long wave. It's really the same thing. I don't think they have the really good one that I like here. Friggin' oxygen. Let's go over here. Oh, wow. Well, I like that one. That one shows, I like it when it's, let's see, not that one. Maybe this one, perhaps? No. My favorite one is the one Catman found for me. Why did I do that one? Okay. That's as good as we're gonna get. Can I save a loop of this? 240 frames. Let it load. This is my favorite one right here. This one. Which is from Cyclonic. No, Cyclone. No, that is Cyclonic. Yeah, Cyclonic Weather X. WX. No, I can't read. I'm not getting that tired. Oh my goodness. Alright, there you go. Let's start from the beginning. Oh, great. I've got to spam click it. Are you kidding me? Let's go all the way back as far as we can go. Oh, we're going pretty far back. 440 something? 440. I'll let y'all watch that while I see if Recon's done. Oh. This was a while ago. This was 16. It's still no drop zone. That was outside the eye. Look at that. Can I download this? Oh, Lord have mercy. How long is that going to take? I'm going to put that to the sidelines. That's going to take years. Oh, wait, this can make a GIF too? Hold on. Give me 1,000 frames. Give me 1,000 freaking frames. Alright, we're going to put that to the sidelines too. I want 1,000 frame GIF of this hurricane. That'd be awesome. It's not going to give it to me. There's no way it does. Tropical Tidbits has the good satellite imagery as well. It just doesn't look as clean as Cyclonic does. But there's Radar Omegas too. Let's see. Hold on. Actually, never checked this. Okay. I was wondering if there's color tables for satellite imagery on Radar Omega. There's not. Well, I made a GIF, but it did nothing. I don't think it listened to me. We're waiting for that, Recon to fly into the storm here. We're waiting for the hurricane hunters. They're currently still in the southeastern eye wall. They're not in it just yet. We haven't gotten that really good data. So we gotta wait longer. The last time they updated was 12 minutes ago. We're gonna have a big jump. Alright, well this thing won't load 1,000 GIF for me. 1,000 frame GIF. Put it back there. I just realized I never pinged the Discord server that I was live. Oh well. I forgot for once. I'm waiting for Noah's GIF now. I'm waiting to see if that will give me a GIF. Hello, Haley. So really the main thing we're waiting for is just for this new Recon to update. We're gonna wait. We're gonna wait. As long as it doesn't take till 10 o'clock, we're gonna wait for it. I have time for it. I just might not be talking too frequently if it takes that long. I'd like for it to finish now. Then we could wrap up in about 7 minutes. Checking those tornado warnings are still in Canada. None in the US. Yeah, most of our live streams have been planned. Follow me. Most of our live streams have been planned, but the timing of it is always off. So that's why it's urgent, is because it's so, you know, I'm off on my timing. And this one was not planned. It was possible, but not planned. Alright. Still no recon data. Gracious. And still no GIF. Still no GIF from Noah. I need it. Gracious day, why do I have so many severe weather tabs open? There we go. Much better. Much better. And there we go. So we're just waiting for this Recon to update. It's taking its sweet time. Sweet time here. My goodness. That is muted, correct? Okay. Still not updated, so we're just gonna wait for that, y'all. We're just waiting for Recon. Let me see if Radar Omega perhaps has updated it. That would be wild. Oh, Radar Omega updated it. Okay, well, let's see what Radar Omega has for us. 968, 958, 997, 997, 934? What? 934? No way, it dropped 3 millibars in freaking 20 minutes. 4 millibars in 20 minutes. Okay, Tropical Tidbits, are you just glitched? Tropical Tidbits is not updating. Wow. Gracious. Well, that would be something. Let me go back up here really quick. Okay. I'm waiting for Tropical Tidbits because I want to see the drop zone. There you are. Yeah, the pressure is a lot lower on that next pass. That newest pass. The knots look meh on the SFMR. Do we have drop zone data? We do. Surface is 114 knots. So it's still borderline Cat 5. It's really just going to be up to the National Hurricane Center whenever they decide to make it Cat 5. It's really just going to be up to them. They could do it at any second. At any second, we could just poof, Cat 5. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. That is crazy. Let me show you. Look at that. Man. Catman, you think they're ever going to put this as Cat 5, or you think it's going to be a post-analysis type thing? This thing is just stronger and stronger. I'm going to do a 60 frame loop here. So we've watched, this is an entire loop of what we've watched here on the stream. Man. That is just, wow. Mesmerized again. Yeah, they did on the northwest quadrant of the eye wall. You're right, Carson. You're right. They sure did. Look at that. Another Cat 5 millibar. Another Cat 5 millibar here. Which is 137 plus. Wow. I'm just blown away. Well, y'all, we're going to conclude the stream here. I appreciate y'all tuning in. We're going to get, hold on, let's get one last view of this imagery as well, just for the archive of the live stream. So we'll get a view of that. Well, let me refresh it. It seems to be a little bit glitched there. So thank you, mods, for mod in chat. Thank you guys for tuning in. I don't think it will directly impact Jamaica, no. It was great to have you guys here, and I will see you guys in tomorrow's live stream about 6 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, or Eastern Time, I should say. 6 p.m. Eastern Time is when I'm planning to do the live stream tomorrow. And we will have a gaming stream if you want to look it up. TRG Gaming. That's just capital T, capital R, capital G, and then gaming. The G is also capitalized. We'll have a gaming stream at 10:30 p.m. Eastern tonight. So that will be a Storm Chasing game. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in tomorrow's live stream. Have a great rest of your night. Good.